Hey guys, what's up? How's it going? This is Easy Things to Draw 101. It's Enrique. Today I'm going to draw while I'm talking about a concept with you. I'm just going to kind of doodle here while I'm talking, really. So the doodle doesn't matter. It's really more or less what I'm talking about. So I want to clear up this thing. I put up a video a while ago about making drawing intuitive, drawing kind of second nature, and kind of what that is about. And I want to talk about a concept that, and this might just be total nonsense, but it's things that I notice within art in myself and with others, and these kind of internal thoughts I don't see really taught anywhere. And I want to kind of bring them up. One of them, the concept I want to talk about is I want to talk about information gelling. And you might have heard that somewhere. I don't think I made that term up. Information gel. So when you learn something, you're going to draw it, and you're going to draw it over and over, and you're going to draw it very stiff, extremely stiff at the start when you're first learning how to do it. If you're not sure how to learn, kind of repeated processes over and over to systematically learning something, go check out some other videos that talk a little bit about that, like kind of how I go about learning something totally new, and because it's a little different when you already know kind of like structure and things of that sort. You're kind of doing something else when you're learning. You're not really learning it from scratch again. I've talked about that before. So for example, when I draw, let's say this T-Rex, I'm drawing like a T-Rex, or really just a theropod, doesn't have to be like a particular T-Rex. I think T-Rex would have a little bit more of a angle to it. I'm not sure. When I'm doing that, when I first did it, it was all blocky and angularly, really all angular and weird, and I had to put constant thought into what I was doing. But over time, I started to get to that point. I'm still working my way to that point where I'm picking my shots. I'm picking where it is that I'm pulling a certain angle, and I'm actually subtlety starting to drip into my drawings of T-Rexes. I'm starting to have this subtle variation, and it's very, very natural now. It's not as it was before. So, for example, when I drew stuff before, I would, like I said, think of constant thought, and it would come very stiff. And it's almost weird, too. And you know what it is? Sometimes, obviously, after you've practiced over and over and over again, and then if you keep it up, it will get better. But I've noticed for myself, when I spend roughly a week, I would say not a week. When I spend roughly, like, if I'm constantly drilling something over a week or so, or let's just say a week, 7 days in a row, and I'm drilling it over and over and over again, and then I just stop for maybe like 2 to 3 days, I come back to it, and it's loose. Like, it's almost like the information has meshed into my mind, and like little variations of it will sometimes come out of my drawings. This isn't always, right? I'm not saying take a break immediately. Take a break once in a while, obviously. But I'm not saying that this is not an excuse to just be like, oh, I can draw less. It's just that an observation I've made where sometimes really letting it go for a while will make information kind of gel in your head a little bit better. When I was first learning to draw and I was drilling over and over again, a lot of my drawings are stiff, as they are at the beginning, when you're learning. I took like a few years off, I remember. Maybe like about a full year off of drawing, at least consistently. Like I'd take maybe like about a year or so, drawing very, very consistently. Did a different kind of art, and then when I came back to life drawing, it was really loose. It's almost like I didn't put any. It's like whatever I had learned, like I said, really permeated into my mind already, and I knew it, and it wasn't like at the forefront. It was easier. Anyways, this might just be nonsense, but this is something that, you know, I like talking about. I like talking about art concepts, about art, you know, ideas, about art, just kind of anything related to art and learning art, because it's really fascinating to me still. And anyways, that was a somewhat of a rant, so hopefully you were okay with that. You know what I mean? I just kind of felt like spouting that out, that little thing I've been seeing around. This kind of gelling of information as you learn it. This gelling, this eventual rest will bring it out kind of thing. Anyways, that's on it. If you have any art concepts or art kind of, you know, like vague talk, put in the comments below and maybe we'll make a video on it. Fine right now. Also, I have just started. I believe it should be out soon. Like I believe in about a week. I'm going to have the 22 Steps to Becoming a Better Artist, and they are all concepts like kind of similar to the one I was talking about, but they're all kind of mindset-oriented things, you know, like how to improve your drawing from a practice standpoint, you know, from a non-obvious standpoint. Well, it is kind of obvious, you know. And by that I mean not the drawing itself and not the drawing things. I mean the principles surrounding it. Like, you know, when should you rest, or you mean what kind of, you know, are you balancing your life with art, you know, and what is, you know, my experience with that? What are other people's experiences with balancing their life with art? Like, what is the right thing to do? Because, you know, some people say, forget it, ditch everything, completely don't balance your life with art, you know, just dig into art and you'll see, you know, feel the rewards. I've seen that work. And then I've seen guys not take it as, obviously you take it seriously, but I've also seen guys with a very, very well balanced life, you know, their social life and the art, and do really well, you know. So I want to talk about I talk about those two things. Anyways, that's all in a program that I'm selling for $22 because it's 22 steps. You know, it's $1 each. I think it's, you know, pretty affordable, pretty reasonable. But check that out. I'll put a link on the screen of where you can kind of get an announcement. It's going to be out like in a week. I'm already going to announce it. I'm already sick of, you know, kind of, it's been a really long time. I talked about this for like half a year. So anyways, thanks a lot, guys, and I'll see you later.